point. Like, I've played a certain way my whole entire life, and it's got me to this point in my career. So I think it would kind of be foolish for me to just be like, hey, I'm going to change myself and play like a pocket passer or play completely different. I just want to make like something clear. Like, I played big-time football for 4 or 5 years, and I've missed 2 games. So when you look at an availability standpoint, I'm out there for my team, and I'm somebody that you can count on.
Okay, so if you are a member of the New York Football Giants and you are standing where you're standing right now, Bart, and you hear that comment, what's your reaction?
I'm going to hit him with the Fred G. Sanford, you big dummy. I mean, because when you think about it, listen, Anthony Richardson came in and told us he was an alien, right? Yeah, Men in Black, erased him. We ain't heard from him since, right? Listen, this is grown man business, right? And just because you've done something your whole life and it got you to this point, don't think that it's going to carry you through. How many times have we heard people say that they're different? Right? This league has a history of guys that thought they were different. And, like, he's going to learn, and it's a sign of immaturity. Right now, his T-level's real high, you know what I'm saying? He ain't on eugenics yet. The closer he gets to 30, he going to understand, right? Because you see guys like, Jalen Hurts, right? He's adjusted his play. You look at guys like Lamar Jackson. You're not here for a long time if you play that way, that reckless. I'll make him like Pat White, end up a baseball player.
So we had Steve Young on our radio show, Freddie and Harry, the other day, and we basically touched on this situation. And what Steve basically said, he doesn't want Jaxson to change the type of player he is because that's part of who makes Jaxson Jaxson, right? But he also wants him to be smart. Like, you can be smart about it.
Right.
It's very dangerous in the pocket, right? A lot of people think you get hurt, running outside of the pocket. No, it's inside the pocket. But like this hit right here, take the smart route. Just run out of bounds.
Why?
Like, you can save a lot of hits if you're just smarter as a football player versus just thinking you're a macho man. There's nothing to prove in this league at the quarterback position when it comes to being tough. We know you're tough. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drafted at that position.
Right.
But be smarter in your approach. Don't change your athleticism because that's part of who makes Jaxson Dart Jaxson Dart.
Sure, yeah. It's an imperfect question. The question is not whether he needs to change his playing style. The first thing that you heard him say, I didn't hear the question, but the first thing you hear him say is, it would be foolish for me not to take advantage of my athleticism and to stay in the pocket. No one is suggesting he should stop doing that. Having the ability to be a dual threat quarterback is part of what makes great quarterbacks in 2026.
Right.
The point is, don't take unnecessary hits. Don't take unnecessary punishments. Our friend Teddy Bruschi says this on Sunday NFL Countdown all the time. No matter how tough quarterbacks think they are, we lift more weights than you on defense. We work. That's our side of it.
Faster.
You don't want to do that with us.
Absolutely. I think this from Jaxson Dart. It's not the keys for quarterback play in our league are decision making and availability. And your decision, we're not asking you to change. We're asking you to evolve the style and the decisions that you're making. And it's not every one. We want you to become a pocket passer, lock in, never look down the field, never pull the ball down and go make big plays. I think he's taking an all or none kind of picture at this. He's making it very black and white, and that's not where we live. And I do think when he gets coaches in the building that constantly preach in his ear, can't do this here. Can't make this happen here because, again, I don't care if it's 2 games, 5, it will continue to grow if you continue to take those hits. It won't be 2 games anymore. It'll be 10 games. And just look at how our league has done it. Look at Lamar Jackson, right? And he plays differently now, and he should. And he is his ability to win from the pocket has gone up significantly. Jaxson Dart has all the tools to be super successful. Don't hurt yourself.
Lane Kiffin couldn't get through to him. If you watched that quarterback club with John Gruden, it was early, eerie about he's going to be looking for Jaxson Dart. Where he's at in the blue tent 5 times this year. He had to go to the blue tent. He missed games because of concussion. This is year 1. We're talking about, as a quarterback, we expect you to give us 15 years to get return on our cash.
Absolutely.
Like, he's not going to last that long. He's going to be like a supernova. It may be beautiful, but it won't last long.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because he's fun.
That's Bill Nye, the science guy right there.
He's better than fun. He's terrific.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got absolutely everything it takes to be an excellent player. And maybe there's something about this that is chip on the shoulder-esque. It seems as though he's almost offended by some of the I don't even think this is criticism.
It's not.
Like, I don't think what we're doing is criticizing him. I think what we're saying is, you're so good, don't put yourself in a position where you wind up like Lamar Jackson has always had
he now has his head coach.
remarkable knack for not taking big hits, right?
So John Harbaugh, who came over from Baltimore, who coached Lamar Jackson.
That's exactly right.
You sit down with Jaxson Dart and say, hey, when Lamar Jackson's on the football field, we always had a chance as a Baltimore Raven.
That's right.
When Lamar Jackson was not on the football field, our chances were slim to none to win football games and make the playoffs and advance. be the guy that is smart and understands that your availability is the best ability. And also, everyone in this organization's job
That's right.
is in your hands as a quarterback.
As a defender, I love this because I know that he's not going to try to go to bounds. You ain't going to embarrass me. I'm going to make you famous. I promise you.
You going to put that right down on him?
I promise you. Night. Go to sleep, Craig.
Listen, you got to deal with people like
that long ago was the last time he was over par.
Yeah. And you know he was never over par even practicing.
He's pretty decent.
Forget even just on tour events. The guy never shoots over par. In the meantime, we had the closest vote last night that we've seen in an awful long time. NFL honor ceremony. Matthew Stafford won his first MVP after throwing for 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, leading the NFL in both. He's the oldest player to win his first MVP in NFL history. He's the third oldest player ever to win the award. He won the award by just 5 points over Drake May. So it was the closest MVP race in terms of first-place votes since Peyton Manning and Steve McNair were co-MVPs in 2003. And Stafford brought his daughters up on stage to accept the award and gave us his plans for next year in the process. Listen.
You're unbelievable cheerleaders for me. I appreciate it. I am so happy to have you at the games on the sideline with me, and I can't wait for you to cheer me on next year when we're out there kicking ass. And so I'll see you guys next year. Hopefully I'm not at this event, and we're getting ready for another game in SoFi. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
All right, Matthew, that's the way to announce it.
That's cool.
McVay cry. You see McVay? Yes. I'm coming back too.
McVay was the first one standing up.
Just got that extension too. Tell you what, next time you curse in front of the kids, you got to say earmuffs. That's all I got to say. Earmuffs. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, did we get it right? Did the right man win the MVP award?
Most definitely. You look at the Los Angeles Rams, they played in the toughest division, the NFC West. Look at Matt Stafford's numbers versus the Seattle Seahawks defense. 961 yards, 8 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. He averaged 320 passing yards versus that defense. He was first in passing yards in the NFL and first in touchdowns and top 5 in just about every other category. So I agree with Matthew Stafford winning MVP of the league.
Jeff.
No, they did not. I would have went Drake May here. And listen, I understand like the Lifetime Achievement Award of Matt Stafford. He's unbelievable, played a great season. All those things were great. And you're going to talk to me about touchdowns and what he did against the Seahawks. He played 3 times. He knows the division very well. All that's good. Let's set up. In fact, Matt, bring up B14 for me. B14 for me. This is common opponents, Harry. May 6-0, Stafford 4-2. May 84-74 QBR. Is that a 20-plus point difference in QBR? Yes, it is, sir. Yes, it is. Everybody gives me TDs. Everybody gives this. By the way, he has more yards in total than Matt Stafford because he also uses his legs. Is it more difficult to try to stop somebody who can run and pass or just pass? Just answer. Okay,
honestly. Yes or no, Your Honor.
Yes.
I would say it's harder to go against somebody that's a dual threat.
Drake May has done that. And by the way, put all this in bow, put a little bow. He did it with less. He ain't got Puka, and he ain't got Devontae Adams, and he dang sure ain't got 12-plus 1-yard touchdowns. Hand that thing off 6 times. This is a totally different conversation.
May has a defense that's better.
Hold up. So disrespectful, though, because
it is not.
You're so spoiled. You got 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You know how hard it is to score, period, let alone to score
my back hurts from carrying 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I still got back issues from it. You know what I mean? Ask Rodgers and Manning. My back is still sore.
We were that's
because you were carrying a wallet. That's all.
This argument was going on during the break. Tell the story about when you got a turnover on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, listen, we got a turnover on the 10-yard line. We punted in Baltimore. You better stop. You understand the type of quarterbacks I played with? I got a list of the worst quarterbacks in the history of football. You want to talk about how hard it is to throw
on the 10-yard line?
He did.
There's one game that you need a quarterback to take you to the promised land. You taking Drake May over Matthew Stafford?
Drake right now?
Come on,
May.
no. Hell to the no.
Get offset.
First of all,
get offset.
First of all, you should see Jeff. As soon as you hit him with the numbers against Seattle, he got the right.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I'm like, nah.
Listen, Drake May went against basically the Atlantic Coastal Conference, right? He get the Jets in Miami twice.
Why you
Did you miss common opponents?
Yeah, but how many of those did they have a backup quarterback at that time?
Oh, my word.
I'm not sure how we've decided we're going to judge their seasons based on their performances against the Panthers, Saints, Titans, Falcons, Bucks, and Ravens.
Okay,
how many of the Ravens didn't have Lamar?
Okay, so are we going to compare one's in the Super Bowl, one's at home?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Okay, so let's do that way too. Drake May's at the Super Bowl. It's Matt Stafford's at home taking the award.
That's a
I know
low
you're
blow.
not doing that.
That's
It's a regular
I
season
just
award.
did it.
Okay.
He played a backup. One had to play a backup quarterback to
Maybe
get
it's
there.
What is that? I can't
an
help what he had to play.
indication of why the voting was as close as it was. Let me go through a couple of other awards quickly. Mike Vrabel wins Coach of the Year in his
Well
first
deserved.
season with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Coached the team to 14 wins and an appearance in the Super Bowl this year after they won just 4 games a year ago. Bart, did Vrabel have the best coaching year? If they win this Super Bowl, could this be the best coaching job ever?
I think it was the best coach job. I mean, I had maybe Ben Johnson slightly. I think nobody saw the Bears winning that division and what we thought was going to be the toughest division. But listen, you know, the history is written by the winners, and he's the winner. He's in the Super Bowl, so he's deserving. If Chicago would have went a little farther, I had Ben Johnson with the harder job.
Shanahan wasn't even a finalist,
Which is
and
crazy.
he had the whole team decimated due
We're
to injury.
spoiled. We're spoiled. We're used to him being
It was a
great.
great year for that award.
It's a regular season award anyway. And finally, speaking of awards that mean everything to Jeff, Joe Thuney of the Bears
Let's go.
won the inaugural Protector of the Year award, giving to the league's most outstanding lineman.
I love this. I mean, you know, what a great year for him. Again, we just talked about Chicago surprising the world. A lot of that started up front being led by Joe Thuney, who we've seen play tackle, play guard. He's a kind of do-it-all guy. He'll do whatever he can for his team. Ton of respect for the way they got. And I just love offensive linemen being awarded in front of everybody. So rarely it gets discussed and talked about, you know, in the trenches, but tip of the cap, man. So much respect for him. I like Aaron Brewer, who you know, for me, the center for the Dolphins had a lights out year. But those guys are even getting discussed in the media and people are finding out who they are. That's what I love about
You were a part of getting this award put into for those who don't know, Jeff really was part of those who were campaigning for there to be such an award as well. There should be, probably should long have been.
No doubt.
And you're on that committee, so I'm delighted to see that they get it. Joe Thuney wins that. A good night at the awards last night. And then, of course, they named the Hall of Famers. The new Hall of Fame class is in, but the real questions are all